We are now live. So, how is everybody doing? Yay, we've made it live. It is Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and you can see that beautiful picture of Kelly and I going to Washington, D.C. We had an absolutely wonderful time, didn't we, Kelly?
Yes.
Kelly is here. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear her much because she's sitting back away from the whatever it's called, microphone.
It's on my nose.
You have to actually be all the way up on it.
Okay.
There you go. You probably won't see Kelly on this, but that's okay. Let's move me back in here. Hey, everybody. I got to get that figured out so it's not so much back and forth. So I want to thank everybody joining us this evening, and if you're watching on YouTube, if you could definitely give us a like and subscribe, would greatly appreciate it. Folks on Facebook, I really need your hand. We are we're just they are beating us up on Facebook. They're beating us up. I can't do anything, which absolutely stinks. Well, I can do this, but they've got me locked down for posting a picture that I didn't post. That was a whole thing from the end of the year when I did a whole test on this, and it was the back screen, and they dinged me, said it was nudity, but it was like their back office. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, absolutely weird. So if you can like and share, that'd be awesome. Sharing would be absolutely wonderful. So Kelly and thank you, Kelly. I see that Kelly shared it. Thank you. You did
Oh,
share it, right? Is that
what?
you? No? Well, somebody shared it. I see it right there. Sure. So I want to really kind of share with everybody, talk about our trip up to Washington D.C. So we were a little disappointed when we found out that everything was going inside. I say kind of disappointed. We were really disappointed, weren't we, Kelly? Yes, we were. I know they can't hear you because I can barely hear you. You got to be on that microphone, dear.
You know I'm not very loud.
I know, but you got to be. That's why I said you got to be up on the microphone. If you're just joining us, please say hello. So what we're gonna do is I've got all kinds of pictures and video from our trip. So we're gonna start off here. This is actually us on the metro. So we got up. I got up. My alarm went off at two. Well, let me back up. So we got our tickets. We got our tickets to go to inauguration. I put in the request the day after the election, so that way I knew we could get tickets. And I know I showed you guys the tickets uh, last week's live. You can always go back and look at those other lives. So we were really excited. My sister was going to come with us as well, so we were really jazzed. And then the temperature started falling, and they decided that nope, we're going to nix everything. We're going to go inside, and so they canceled all the events, which absolutely sucked. So over the weekend, we decided, you know what? Let's just go up there. We're just going to go. If we get into the Capital One Arena, that's where everything was going to happen. On Sunday they did the rally, and then all the inauguration events. They were going to do them in the or after the official inauguration. They were going to do something in the Capital One Arena, uh, and so we decided, you know what, we're going to go. We'll go up. Not going to stress about if we don't get in. If we don't get in, we were going to go to a brewery or winery, and there was a winery, but a brewery or a bar that was close. There was actually a distillery that we had pretty much decided we were probably going to go there too, weren't we, Cal?
Yes.
Yes, yes. But we'll get into the story. So I got up at 2. Kelly said, "Why the bleep are you getting up at 2 o'clock?" We decided on 5, and I had never really decided on 5. I wanted to get up early because I wanted to get up there on time. But we got up. Kelly got up at. I think you got up at like 3:30, wasn't it? 2:30, a little bit after. We got ready to go. Had a breakfast sandwich. Hopped in the car. We left the house probably about 4:15 or so, right? Something like that. 4:15. Straight up 95 to DC. So we drove up to Springfield, Franconia Springfield Metro Station. Take Metro in. We got to the metro pretty soon after they opened. They opened up at 5 o'clock. We got there pretty soon after they opened up, and we took metro downtown. So this is our picture in the metro. Those cows you see there, Kelly made those. She hand knitted those. On the inside, they are fur lined too, which is really nice. They're like I've been wearing it to work because it's so flippin' cold. So that's on the metro. Let's scoot ahead here, and we're smiling on the metro, sideways on the metro. Nope, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going complete opposite direction. That's hilarious. That's another. We made crab cakes. We did a video making crab cakes, so I need to share that video. So this is actually we got downtown a little bit. It was after 7 o'clock, I think, is when we finally got downtown. Uh, very cold, very cold. We bought heated vests. What heated vests? We had hats. You had the cows. Um, and then I wore a coat on top of that, sweater, t-shirt, and then you had pretty much the same thing on, right? Yeah, pretty much. Cool. Sorry, babe, you got to get a little closer. Because I know people can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's zip ahead. They had all the roads completely blocked off downtown. All the intersections had dump trucks. They were making sure that nobody was getting past. Although I'm sure they probably could have. So they got all these dump trucks down. We're not going to be able to see any videos, but that's okay. Um, I will post a bunch of videos later. You can see the spinny, so you're not able to see any videos. So they had all the we got. I think it was I can't remember what street it was. Like 10th or 11th Street is where we came up, and everybody was lined up. And gosh, would you say it was probably the line was probably a mile?
Probably. It was past Chinatown's heart.
Yeah, it was a long walk, and we walked and we walked and we walked just to get to the end of the line. It was um it was definitely a long walk. And then so this is the end of the line. We got there. The end of the line was actually on 4th and 8th Street, which isn't even close. Well, it's somewhat close to the arena, but it was still a heck of a walk. I'm gonna have to go back and post some of these videos on the Facebook page so you can actually see them. And then we went. They had the. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all day. So basically all morning. That's all we did is we shuffled all morning long, all the way down to the arena, just back and forth. So we were in line, and so it it took us over an hour. It took us like maybe 15 minutes to get to the end of the line. It took us over an hour to get back just to that, which was probably maybe 2 blocks, which was just absolutely crazy. We met a couple from California that we were hanging out with in the line, and they had gone to the the rally the night before, and they said it was just complete chaos. It was a lot more organized on inauguration day than it was the day before. They said it was absolute chaos. And he kept saying, "He said, yeah, we're gonna get in. We're gonna get in, didn't he, Kelly?"
Yeah,
So
he did.
it was constant. He's like, "Oh yeah, we got a good chance of getting in." I kept going. There ain't no way. 20. They're only allowing 20,000 people, and there was just a ton of people already in line when we got there. It's like there's no way we're gonna get in. And then we're in line, and we had been as part of the barricade they had up, and actually that's actually Capital One Arena on the other side of the barricade. So we had to make a huge loop to get there. And more pictures of the dump trucks that were out there. They had there were people streaming in the entire time we were in line. It was constant people coming in and going to the end of the line. I know there was probably thousands of people that weren't able to get into the arena. Is the line was just it was it was absolutely crazy. And it was cold. It was windy. There were different breaks in the line too when you got up to different streets, and people were dressed dressed up. There were people. Kelly saw all kinds of fur coats that she wanted, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, She did all kinds of stuff. There we are. Finally, a picture. We were cold, and I think that's yeah, that's I don't even remember what was his name. It wasn't Ray, was it?
Who?
The guy from California.
His
Was it
name was Larry.
Larry? That's right. And her name was what?
Lorray.
Lorray and Larry from California. They were fantastic. They were pretty funny.
They were. They were awesome.
They were awesome. I have a picture later to show you of all of us together. So more waiting in line. Actually, those are okay. So this is so we go all the way down H Street for block after block after block after block, and then we turned left and went down. I think it was 11th. Oh no, it wasn't 11th. It was anyway. It was yeah, it might have been 11th. And then we're getting ready to make a left-hand turn to go into the arena, go into security, and there were camera crews all along the way. All these camera crews interviewing people and all kinds of stuff. And everything I saw in the news on Tuesday was how nobody came, how there was hardly anybody there. But yeah, they lie. They absolutely lie. There were thousands of people waiting to get in. And you can see, we made the turn and we could see the arena. It was a couple blocks away, but we could see it. It was right there in front of us. And that white tent you see there, that's actually security, where they were letting everybody in. And I couldn't believe we made it that far. There were times that the line was moving kind of quick, and I was like, yep, that's it. They're kicking everybody out of line. We didn't make it. There was tons of vendors there. So these people here, they were VIPs, so they got to go to a special VIP tent and go past everybody to go into the arena. All kinds of vendors. We got our swag. We got sweatshirts. I got a ducky, and there was a karaoke guy. There was some guy on the corner where all these people were bunched up, and he was singing karaoke. He was not very good, was
No, he was terrible.
he? He was terrible, but he made a bunch of money.
He did.
He had a bucket full of
He had a
ones.
bucket full, and his guitar case was full.
Yeah, his guitar case. Wasn't the guy next to him was holding the bucket, and then he
Yeah,
had the guitar case. I think they had two buckets.
I just
There was
saw one bucket and a guitar.
yeah. He made a bunch of money. But yeah, it was kind of nice. And then there was the you always have to have the religious people there as well. There was a guy on a microphone doing all kinds of repent, 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 and the abortion folks were there as well. We didn't see any protesters though, did we?
Mm-mm.
They either kept them away or they just didn't feel like bugging us. I think they just probably just kept them away. So yep, there was the arena in front of us. We were almost there. I think there you go. It's the view of the line, the arena straight ahead. Yeah, so we're going left and even though we're going straight with left and right, left and right. So that turned like 10 city blocks into you multiply it times 4 as we had to walk just because of the fact that just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But everybody was really in a good mood. Nobody was really rude about anything. Um, Nobody cutting in line, nobody being stupid. Sometimes people would stop to get things from the vendors, and and they would have to stop and then get back in their place in line. People let them through, no big deal. You see, I was excited. We were close at those tents in the back. We were almost to security. We were getting there, so close, so close. So this is Bianca. Bianca. So Kelly got all kinds of compliments on her cows. There were people constantly, oh, we love your cows. Those are awesome. But they never called them cows. They thought they were scarves. Um, so this was Bianca. Bianca saw it and she wanted one. So actually, Kelly's going to make one for her. And I said, here, try mine on. So she put it on. So that was another one of our friends. She actually lives in Northern Virginia. So Kelly's going to make her a cow. I almost gave her mine, but I think Kelly would have been mad at me if I did. So this I got to show you. So Kelly brought her purse, and all the rules said that you can bring what were the dimensions, Kelly?
12
On
by 5. 12 by 12 by 12 by 5.
12 by 5. Yes. So you were allowed to bring bags, but they could only be like 12 by 5 by maybe 2 or something. They had to be small.
It was concert size.
Concert size. So Kelly had hers. She keeps all her stuff in it. And that's what Capital One Arena said. That's what security said you could do. And then probably about 15 minutes before we got to security, we got a notification, which I didn't see until we got into the arena, that said no bags allowed. So they changed it as we were getting to security. So they were throwing all kinds of stuff away. There was just a ton of trash up by security, and a majority of it was the fact that people could not carry stuff in, and so they had nowhere to put stuff. Of course, there were a ton of people that bought chairs. And you can see all the bags, people's bags, just dumped out. We went all the way up to security. They had you take off your hats and put all of your stuff in your pockets into your hat so they could check your hat. And they went through Kelly's. Kelly had to dump all her stuff out of her purse, and then they threw it away. It was her favorite Vera Bradley one. But you got another one coming, right?
I do have found one on eBay.
Yeah, she found one on eBay to replace it, but still, that was her
I
favorite
was
purse.
pissed.
Yeah, no, but Kelly wasn't pissed. She was furious. She was absolutely furious because she followed the rules. You follow the rules, you should be allowed to do it. But Secret Service said no.
No, he
Capital,
said it was Capital One's
it
fault.
was, it was Capital One's because they changed it.
Assholes.
Yes, assholes. But we made it. We made it actually through security. Yay! We were so excited. We got through security. Then you had to walk another block and a half all the way up to the arena. Unfortunately, it wasn't the long lines. And then once you got up to the arena, and I didn't get any pictures or video of it, they were handing out tickets. And so here, I'll show you. I've got a ticket here. Let me open my camera up. Do, 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 do. My mouse is so slow. Come on. There you go. So they gave us these tickets. Inauguration, Washington, D.C. So it actually it was a general admission ticket, GA. And there's actually a seat number. There's actually a seat number and everything on there, but we didn't get a seat. Well, we got a seat, but we didn't get that seat. They didn't care. They just wanted everybody to get inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the important thing. You know what, I'm gonna stay on screen. I'm just gonna lower this. Let's shrink down. There we go. Whoa, not that far. Whoops, I'm gone. There we go. And we'll go here. Okay, cool. So head towards the arena. Yep, that's me saying we're heading towards the arena. It sucks these videos aren't loading because they're not on my phone. There we go. Outside Capital One Arena. That was really cool. I don't know what I was taking a video of there. Probably my finger in the floor, which was a lot of fun. And then we got our seats. And as you can see from this, we are like way freaking up. We got in. It was almost 12 o'clock, wasn't it? We got
Yeah.
our seats. It was almost 12 o'clock. We thought for sure that we were going to miss it. We had no doubt in our mind that we were actually going to miss it. We were fortunate when we came in that all the dignitaries, all the senators, and everybody they were on their way into the rotunda. And what was absolutely hilarious, I thought was absolutely hilarious, is that when certain people would come in, so for example, when Senator Schumer walked through the door or Pelosi or something like that, you'd hear the entire arena just boo hiss, and then somebody they like Marco Rubio or Musk or somebody like that, they'd just cheer. It really was the world's best watch party. It was really cool. It's just you can see it was all the way, and this is before. I mean, they were still letting people in at this time, but you can see it was all the way up to the rafters. That place was packed, and they even had and people. There you go. There's a good shot of it. So they had. I mean, it was all the way around too. There was no empty. They didn't force any empty sections. They were filling every seat. What you see that big white area in the background, that's where the family sat and a couple other people sat as well. And then the VIPs down there on the floor. They had the army band was there playing. You had the press that was there. I got a video of the press. But I mean, we were so high up, but we had the jumbotron like right in front of us, which was awesome because then we can see everything and not miss anything. That would really would have sucked if we couldn't see anything. There's a video I did going all the way around, so we'll ignore that. There you go. There's a good picture of it. I believe that is Cardinal Dolan giving his talk. I don't know what that was. More video of stuff that's not working. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to go back and get a good video. There's a good shot. I believe that was probably during national anthem. There is, I believe, JD Vance about to be sworn in or being sworn in. I made Kelly smile. Kelly did not want to smile. I made her smile for a photo. We sent that to mom. I think this was after Trump. Nope, there he is. And he came up and gave his speech. Yeah, he's giving his speech. It was really cool. So we got to see everything that was going on in the rotunda. And to be honest with you, that was probably nicer to be inside because it was frippin' cold out there. Yep, hanging with a few 20,000 friends. Don't let them tell you there weren't a lot of people there because there were a ton of people there. Few empty seats. There were a lot of people going to get food. Um, yeah, yeah, the food was not that good. Charlie Kirk talked for a bit, and our governor Glenn Youngkin talked. I believe he's going to be a senator here coming up real soon. That's kind of cool. Of course, Musk came out and talked. Talk about a bundle of energy. I missed it, totally missed it. He came out onto the stage, was bouncing around, waving. It was absolutely hilarious. I totally missed it. Um, Pretty quick speech from him. Do, 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 do. And then we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited because, of course, they have all the formal stuff that they have to do. So he's got to sign the books. He's got to go to the luncheon. He's got to do the review of the troops and a bunch of other things. So we sat and sat and sat. I went to go get some chicken nuggets, and I decided that nope, they're $25, and I don't want them. So we waited later for food. Um, I think that is the review of the troops right there. They were doing the national anthem. I think that's why everybody was standing up. Keep going here. Here we are. He's getting in. I think this was after. Yeah, this was after they waved goodbye to Joe and sent him on his way. Trump talks and talks and talks to people. It's absolutely hilarious. So this is afterwards when everybody's starting to show up there, and you can see the family there on the front row. Um, and what was really funny, so they had, I got a picture on the jumbotron. So it was really funny on the jumbotron. So they were doing videos. The video crew was going through and panning through the family, and so they would get to Don Jr. and everybody scream and yell, and same thing when they went to Laura and they went to Eric, but then they went to Barron, and everybody's like Barron, Barron, Barron. I'm sure I'm sure he was blushing when he yelled. Yeah, Kelly's nodding. You can't see her. But Barron was very popular. Everybody loves Barron. Uh, but Trump came out. What I noticed when he came out and talked to us that it was a lot more energy towards us than it was for the rest of the day. I think that's just because he just likes everybody. One of the things which they also did, they said that they did this in the arena because they still wanted to have the parade. And so some of the people that were supposed to come up for the original parade, they did a parade for us. You had, I think there were two or three marching bands. There were a couple police fraternity units that did the bagpipes, which was really cool. They came out and played that right there as a Mean Green marching machine. They were from Mississippi, I think, a very famous band. So a lot of people say came out, and then they had some of the families of the Israeli hostages that came out as well. That's one of his promises to get all of them home. So he talked to all of them, talked to us. Then he headed over and sat down and signed some more of the what are the executive orders as well. But this is afterwards, so we got one more picture of all of us, or just all of us, the two of us there. Force Kelly to smile again. We're pretty beat by then. This is what 7:30.
That's
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. So we had been there 12 hours, pretty much. 7 to 7. We had not eaten anything all day. So these are our friends we met from California. So this is absolutely crazy. We were done. We didn't see them. We got split up when we went to the gate. They went to one gate, we went to another. So we didn't see them the rest of the time we were there. Didn't see them at all. And then we're back in Metro Center to head back to Springfield. And darn if I didn't see we saw them in the metro. We hadn't seen them all day, but we bumped into them in the metro. So we got our picture taken. It was kind of cool. And then that's the ducky. That's the ducky we got. So I got my got my stuffed truck a Trump duck to go with the other one. Kind of cool. And then we decided to stop at the Silver Diner and have dinner, and then we headed home, and that was it. So that was pretty much our day. It was an absolute blast. Would not trade it for anything. It was definitely well worth it to go see a little bit of history happening. So definitely very cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to get a bunch of these videos cleaned up and put on to the Facebook so everybody can watch those because what you just saw was absolute crap. It just didn't want to work, but that's okay. You're going to see a bunch here coming out real soon. Thank you all again for hanging out as we share this. Have an absolutely wonderful and warm day, and we will be back Friday. Friday is pizza night, right, Cal?
Yes, pizza night.
Yes, pizza night. We have no clue what kind of pizza we're going to have, but it is pizza night. So join us for that. Have an absolutely wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.